leave in town. I'm gonna make the night 'cause no one else can compare. And if you only knew all this pain I've been through, I'm breaking down, and I know that you're too. 'Cause I know you've been lonely, like I've been lonely. Baby, admit it, it's true.
Well, my name is Teodoro. I'm a 25-year-old sports and news writer from New Jersey, from North Caldwell, New Jersey. Syringomyelia is I guess the best way to describe it is that it's a birth defect or abnormality where you have fluid buildup in your spinal column. It causes nerve damage. So in my specific instance, what happens with me is below the waist, I have a number of minor issues where I can't move my left leg or my toes on either foot. What's up, Cody? I went to Fairleigh Dickinson University in Madison, graduated 4 years with a degree in communications, wanted to come out and do something with PR or marketing, and then, as I was going through school, I kind of realized along the way that, one of my best skill sets was for, journalism, and the particular knowledge that I've acquired over the years has been geared towards sports, and my experience over the last, pretty much over my whole life since I was growing up, I've always had a love and affinity for sports. So that's kind of what I got into a few months after graduation, and ever since I've been working as a sports writer with numerous different companies and publications around all over the state of New Jersey. I get to work with a lot of great teams, I get to work with a lot of great people in my office, and ever since, the last year and 7 months, it's been a great experience and a great learning experience, and I've learned a lot about improving on my writing, improving on things like photography and laying out pages, and just basically the state of everything and how things develop and how to put together a paper. It's a lot more work than it seems, and you definitely have a lot of respect for the people that put it together. And I want to be involved in sports in one way or another professionally. I've grown up on it, and it's the best thing for me, so I jumped at the opportunity to be around sports on a more consistent basis. I started playing sled hockey with the New Jersey Devils organization, and that was about 10, 12 years ago. Joined a number of different teams along the way, eventually leading towards the current program that we're in right now with the New Jersey Freeze. For me, I find that with a lot of disabled people, your parents will tend to coddle you and trying to close things off and get you to do things differently. And sports allows you that camaraderie. Being able to participate in disabled sports allows you that camaraderie of being around other disabled people, being around other people who turn to you, and you can join in something collectively and try and achieve something. And it's a cliche, but they say sports, it breeds confidence. It's absolutely right. To join and, like I said, collectively achieve something together has made me a much more confident person. It's made me more responsible and more outgoing with things, and just it really has changed my life. I've never, I was much more of a secluded person and not as independent, and it's made me want to grow up and do and achieve all these things. I think that the only way to get through life, you can't take yourself too seriously. I mean, I tell all my friends all the time I'm kind of a big kid about it. If you're too serious about something, you're just going to dwell on it and make it worse for yourself. If you find the good in it and you laugh about it and make fun of yourself, you learn to accept things and you grow. And that's the only way to grow is to enjoy yourself.
As you were.
You just learn to adapt. You know, if something's in your way, you find a way to move it. If, you know, for me, I'm short. I'm probably 5 foot at best. You know, if something's up at an 8 foot distance, I'll find a way to get it down. I'll find a pole or something that'll reach it. It's a matter of, yeah, it's a barrier, but there's physical barriers, but there's ways to get around physical barriers. There's always a mental way to get around a physical barrier. And if you have the will, if your will is strong enough to get around that, you can get around it. And it may be something as simple as just asking someone for help. You know, I know a lot of people in the community, in the disabled community, you know, come across as more prideful and don't want to seek out help in some cases. But you know what? Everybody needs help, you know, at one point or another. It's more, I try and see if I can outthink my physical obstacle that's in my path. If there's no physical way to outthink it, then I'll like to ask for help. I think that there's nothing wrong with that. And you'd be surprised at who's willing to help you. You know, sometimes the most badass looking guy will be the nicest person you could ever imagine and just want to help, you know. So don't ever judge a book by its cover. When I was younger, it was a little difficult, you know. You used to struggle to understand why is, you know, one of my friends, you know, why is Steve or whoever, why are they different from me? But over time, you know, as I've grown and matured, I realized that there really is no difference. And I've had the benefit of, over the years, having a number of great people and family and friends that have affected me and have really taught me that you could do whatever you set your mind to. We're all, you know, just, you know, living in the same world. Everyone has their different issues and their different problems, and it's just a matter of how you deal with it. I wish I was a better singer. That would be fun. I always wanted to, like, sing for a band, but just never had the talent to do it, so I was like, hey, I'll just play guitar and be in the background. I've learned the different aspects of my disability and what works for me, and I've learned to adjust over time. I mean, it's just living life, you know. You can't just dwell on things. You just gotta, you know, live with the hand that you've been dealt. My disability has taught me to see the good in people. There's good in everybody, and, you know, I wouldn't have it any other way. What about, if any of you pick this song out, I'm gonna die.
Would you dance if I asked you to dance? Would you run?
And then, like, what's her name's in that video? Oh, I wish I could just draw a dot on my face and just do his birthmark.
He's like, let me be your hero. Never look back. Oh, what the hell's her name?
I can't do it, I'll laugh.
Would you cry if you saw me crying? Would you save my soul tonight?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I can be your hero, baby.
That's like one of the only songs I know, like, in full, because it's such a quick song. I reserve the right to cut that out. If I sing bad at any point in that, if I'm off key, I reserve the right to auto-tune it.